What a weird dream. How long am I out? Oh shit, I'm late! Ladies and gentlemen, to economy-friendly gas gun month! Where today we talk about, of course, the gas guns that are well within the common man's budget. And, well, the first one we're talking about today is the Umarexusa Combat Zone ENFORCER. I just realized, CZ Enforcer. Clever. Very clever wordplay, Umarex. Yes. What you get inside the clamshell box is, of course, the Combat Enforcer itself, which is rather nice. The instruction manual, a catalog for, of course, the CombatZone Mag 9, which is, of course, the MP9 AEG, or AEP, depending on how you want to go with it, and some legal paperwork that in reality we're not going to use. The CombatZone ENFORCER is rather interesting, actually, because, one, I have no goddamn idea what the fuck this thing is representing!
Excuse me, what?
Like, is it supposed to be, like, it has elements from a Walter, it has elements from a Glock, it has elements from a fucking... Actually, no, that's just it. It's a combination of a Glock and a Walter. Although, if I wanted to go more realistic on the actual grip and feel of it, the grip would be more or less reminiscent of a Glock, while the slide and everything else about it is a Walter. I mean, hell, even the fucking trigger guard is either a Smith & Wesson M&P series pistol or a fucking H&K pistol. Like, it is a combination of 3 guns. I mean, seriously, if anyone can identify this handgun, please do so. But what's actually interesting is the actual chamber itself. Because the way the chamber is, it looks like it's either chambered for 9mm parabellum or 32 ACP. I know this because the Walter PPK was chambered for 9mm and Walter and 32 ACP. Now, in saying that, what does that mean? Well, since I cannot identify the handgun, that means we can basically take the backstory of the damn thing, throw it out of a 10-story window screaming all the way down, and just get to the gun itself. Now, the gun itself has actually gotten a lot of praise. Many saying it is an amazing non-blowback, the best of the century. No other non-blowbacks can compete in the CO2 realm. Really? Well, if you look on eVike, it does in fact have a 5 to 4-star rating. However, as it stands now, it is a straight-up 5-star rating, the top 3 reviews being 2 5 stars and 1 4-star review. But I think there's a lot of questions here. 1, why does it get this much praise? And 2, is it really worth the price tag of $30? Yes, this handgun right now is $30. Now, that's if you use the free shipping code on eVike, but if you use shipping and handling, especially down in my area, it can be anywhere from $40 to $50 for people like me in my area. Well, US in general, depending on who you ship, with UPS or FedEx. Yes, I actually checked. But again, the big question is it worth the price tag? Is it really that good? Well, let's give it a look. Now, of course, it is a very familiar, very comfortable handgun. It's got the single Picatinny rail. It has the 1 white dot, and of course it has Enforcer in bold letters, and I swear to God, this thing just screams, man! Every fucking time you say, I'm rocking a CombatZone Enforcer. Seriously, that just man! right there. But of course, you're probably asking, where does it have a drop-free magazine? In a sense, yes. Is it CO2? Yes, but not in the way you think. In reality, the way you actually load in the CO2 is, of course, you pop this back here, you grab it like that, and you just pop it open, put it in like this, grab the, well, of course, basically if you've rocked the revolver, you know what you're doing, CO2-wise. Now, the magazine itself takes the standard stick mag, which is rather cool in my opinion. I'm actually kind of happy about that. But something I'm a little upset about is the fact that there's no blowbacks of this. I wish there was a blowback of this thing, because believe me, this kind of already originally designed pistol on the market, and it being a blowback, I bet you anything people would fucking flock to this thing, since it's basically designed to not only be a compact pistol, I wouldn't say concealed carry, I mean, you guys let me know, would this be a good concealed carry design? But it's a great pistol to have for when you want to rock it out and go like that. Now, there are some things that can be talked about, but we're not going to talk about that here. The safety, of course, is right here, well within your trigger finger. I am sorry, southpaws, you can't exactly, it's not a fully ambi trigger. Basically, you have to do like that if you're a southpaw shooter, which it's no joke, it's a little weird trying to be a southpaw. I'm more comfortable being a, of course, right-hand shooter. Now, the trigger pull on it is a bit long, but then again, that's standard, because when you go to pull the trigger, the reset is right there, just a little bit of right there at the breaking point, but the breaking point is right there. But then again, it's a non-blowback. That is, for some reason, and this is something I actually got to say, people for some reason complain about non-blowbacks having such long trigger pulls. Well, no shit, Sherlock. It's because inside, you are literally pulling back an entire barrel and the firing mechanism all at the same damn time. Which means when you get to one point, get about here to the halfway point, you are basically loading in the BB, the hammer's ready to go, and when you pull it all the way back, you basically strike that mag, and of course, the barrel itself extends out and fires that BB home. I've stated beforehand that I would love for a blowback version of this, and believe me, I do. But, in saying that, how does this thing stack up? Or, correction, I think what we need to do right now is go to the range. Alright, so, we have fresh thing of CO2, 0.2s. My cat is, of course, right here trying to get her attention. I will give you attention, kitten, after a while. But anyway, safety off, and we will see the FPS on this bad boy on a fresh thing of CO2. So, the first spout, always probably the highest, and 357. Okay, so the first spout of CO2 is not the high, is ironically enough, well within the CQB limit. That's actually pretty interesting. Or at least a little bit of, like 7 FPS above it. A little bit, so. 360. 351. 354. Okay, so when the so as the CO2 goes down, this is starting to get within the CQB limit. Here we go. 353. 345. Okay, here we go. 346. 338. So, as the CO2 begins to diminish, we start seeing the actual limits as it goes. So right now I'm getting a consistent reading of between 450 to around a 340s, give or take. So, let's load the magazine up with more BBs, let's take it outside, and see if everything goes good. Here we are, roughly 50 feet out, and you're probably seeing this. Well, this is, of course, my new Brain Exploder Runcam 2. It is, well, it's not Runcam 2, it's actually just a regular Runcam, but it does show you that, one, the Picatinny rails can, in fact, accept accessories like this. Is there a fucking bug on my shoe? Yes, there is. There are fucking ants. What the fuck? But also, it can accept anything else from lasers, lights, what have you, depending on if they'll fit on the Picatinny rail. Now, the cool part is that I will actually be using this to help you with the zoom in of the target, which will, of course, be that BB catch out there, which, we'll see if it will, hit. So, turning on the camera, let's do this. A little bit to the left. Well, then again, the wind is blowing, so yeah. Hit. Hit. Alright, so let's move back to, of course, let's move a little further back to about 60 feet and see if it will still hit. Here we are 60 feet, and we'll see if it still hits. Take you off. Wind is blowing, so there's going to be a factor in this. Oh, went past it. Hold on. Hit. Oh, went past it. Went past it. Went past it. Okay, so it is reaching out to about 60 feet. Let's go a little further back now to 70 feet and see if it's still going to hit there. Here we are 70 feet out. If this thing is still hitting about 70 feet, then we'll go back to 80 feet, and if it's still hitting by that, well, you basically know the drill, guys. Okay? Okay. Hit. Yeah, no. Depending on the BBs you're using, which I'm using 0.2 gram Black Ops Gen 2 BBs, or Gen 3, my bad, it's definitely not going to hit. It's definitely going to be hitting a little further if you have heavier BBs. But with the BBs I'm rocking right now, it's not the max range. I'm going to say with .2s is about 65 feet at the most. But then again, this is definitely a good CQB gun. I'm not going to lie. But yeah. Now I know you're probably expecting me to go to a groupings test. Well, sad to say, I have no Antifa to shoot at. They kind of got wise to my Starbucks trap, and haven't seen any in a while. So. Don't worry though, I do have another trap in mind, and next time we will have an Antifa target to shoot at, I promise. Anyway, let's get back to the studio and give a final verdict on this, shall we? At the end of the day, what do I have to say about this gun? Well, it's compact, it's comfortable, you can run your run cam on them. It is the most comfortable shooting handgun I've ever held. Now that could change depending on what the next gun is, but we'll get to that in a bit. Now do I have some gripes? Yes. I wouldn't be an honest reviewer if I didn't tell you there were some gripes I had about it. One of them has to be, well, there's a non-blood. This is the only version we have. There's no non-blood. There's no gas blowback of it. There's no Springer version of this. Believe me when I say, if they actually expand upon the CZ Enforcer, I would be more than happy to actually get the blowback version of this. Hell, let me just go ahead and say this now. Get in contact with Wind Gun. Make a gas blowback version of this. Hell, have it use Walter mags or have it use Glock mags, because the way you have the grip area designed, it feels like a Glock while at the same time a combination of a Walter hand grip. But again, you could do a lot with this design. This is what I like to see in Airsoft, is an innovation. Yes, I know this is an old non-blowback that came out about a couple years ago, but still. This is something we need in Airsoft, is innovation and original ideas, or combining stuff that is amazing for affordability. But, aside from that, the only other gripes I have with it is the fact that it keeps using the non-blowback safety system. Like this, unlike other non-blowbacks that decided, well, we might actually use a different style of safety. We might actually use the same kind of safety that other handguns use. Hell, the Tokyo Marui MK23, a legendary non-blowback that's still being used today, has the same kind of safety system as the actual MK23. There are other non-blowback handguns that do the same thing, but for some reason, all non-blowbacks need to have this style of safety. Why not actually try and incorporate the actual safety system? Yes, I know this is an original idea of a handgun, and yes, I know it's hard to do the actual safety on a non-blowback when in reality you only want that safety on a blowback pistol, but still, it'd be great to do. Either way though, with that aside, what gripes do I have? Well, not really. Those are the only real two. The fact that there isn't any other version of this handgun, and the fact that everyone and their mother, when they make a non-blowback, has to go with the style of safety, which is definitely hindrance to southpaws. But where does it fall on my scoreboard? Well, this handgun gets no more, no less than a 9 out of 10. It is a must-own. It misses my legendary rating because, of course, some other minor gripes that really are just my own personal critique, my own personal gripes about it, but in most basic sense, this is a missed opportunity that can be done, that should be done as a blowback handgun, because again, for anyone who's ever owned the CZ Enforcer, let me know in the comments section down below would you buy a blowback version of this, because believe me when I say this is a comfortable handgun. This is well worth the price. This is well worth the price tag. This is well worth your choice. $30 goddamn is definitely worth spending for the common man on a good non-blowback handgun. Especially something of this caliber. Anyway. Thank you all for watching. As always, I've been AirsoftAl, and, Gas Mask Man. What's the next handgun? Let me actually take a look here. Yes, the next gun is the Ruger P345. It's actually in your hand right now. What do you mean it's already in my hand? Next time on Affordable Gas Gun Month, it is the Ruger P345. Also, how the hell are you able to do that, Gas Mask Man? That's a question I have. Until next time.